Coming up, credit card crunch. Changes could be coming soon as the government steps up. If you use a credit card, you won't want to miss this report.
And sleeping to be productive? Can napping make you smarter? A new study says you might want to take siesta instead of a lunch. District Wire News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Alex Thompson.
And I'm Nihar Sinha. New credit card law takes effect today. That could drastically change how banks treat their customers. Kiana Furkandepe has the story.
A set of new credit card reform laws become active today, and that's good news for American consumers. The U.S. is traditionally a consumer's market, and that has made for easy living at national banks.
That the majority of people pay with credit cards.
But the Obama administration hopes a new set of laws set to protect consumers from credit card companies will change the course of business. Under the new laws, banks must inform their consumers how long it will take to pay off their bill if only the minimum balance is paid. This is to better inform consumers on how their spending habits ring up in the long term. Banks also can't move your due date, and there are stricter laws on when and how banks can move up interest rates. There are also rules surrounding college students, who are a large part of the American population in debt. Under the new laws, popular incentives by credit card companies like free pizza and t-shirt giveaways will be banned. Colleges and universities will also have to disclose the nature of contracts they sign with credit card marketers. But not everyone is completely sold on the effectiveness of the new laws.
I am concerned, however, that in order to recoup their losses, the credit card companies will try and find certain ways to raise their own revenues, making it harder in some ways for consumers to use credit cards.
The laws do indeed have a downside. Banks are still allowed to charge fees for late payments, and there is a good chance those fees are going up. They may not be disclosed up front, and there is no cap on fees or initial interest rates. Consumers are urged to work with their credit card company to make sure they know exactly what kind of fees are going to be charged. Kiana Furkandepe, District Wire News.
Mixed news in the area's unemployment numbers from December of 2009. Jobless rates for the counties surrounding Washington, D.C. were well below the national average. In Virginia, Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax, and Loudoun counties all had a jobless rate of less than 5%. And in Maryland, Montgomery and Prince William counties were both slightly above 5%, with Prince George's County at just over 7%. But within the district, unemployment for December hit 12.1%, 2 points higher than the national rate. Unemployment in each region was up slightly from the previous month.
Looking for more loans? The federal aid application, FAFSA, has its deadline approaching. March 1st is the last date to file for the next school year. The Department of Education received requests for over $140 billion in student aid last year. The recession has made financial aid even more critical for the students this year.
The White House has finally unveiled its own version of a health care reform plan. The nearly $1 trillion plan was introduced just days before Thursday's upcoming health care summit between Democrats and Republicans. Both sides say the ultimate goals of reform include lower costs and more access to care. But Republican leaders think the new plan does too much too fast and are pushing to start the process over from scratch.
Metro safety is getting a closer look from the National Transportation Safety Board. A 3-day hearing began today in Washington to look into the causes of last June's fatal Metro rail accident. Fixing specific safety concerns will be the major point of investigation. Metro has come under fire in recent months for a number of incidents, as well as the department's ability to enforce safety regulations.
While the snowstorm has passed, the school grounds remain damaged. Philip Levenberg takes a look at the plans and costs involved as AU begins its recovery.
Fallen trees, muddy ground, and uprooted shrubbery are just some of the sights to be seen around AU. As the university wobbles to its feet after a historic snowstorm, the facility's management team is hard at work trying to recover what has been lost. But the snow still on the ground is making it very difficult.
The residual snow that now is accumulated mostly on the turf areas has impacted us insofar as not being able to get into the planting beds and specific plant material to do any type of follow-up work.
The recovery process began the day after the storm as the grounds team began clearing paths, opening up sidewalks, and removing fallen branches. The trees that fell outside the Letts Anderson quad are the most immediate issue right now. Efforts for the removal of the branches are beginning today. It is a task that should be approached with caution.
You know, as soon as some of the more of the snow clear up, where it'll be safer to go down in that little snow area and remove the branches.
But the process of repairing the damage to AU's plant life costs money. The total cost of the storm has not been calculated yet, but AU has applied for compensation from the government. It could take 2 months before the university will know how deep they have to dig into their pockets to repair the damage. Philippa Levenberg, District Wire News.
You can now get an H1N1 flu shot at Dallas Airport. The Loudoun County Health Department is offering about 200 shots a day in the baggage claim area. They're trying to make it easy for people to get shots by making them free at airports, shopping malls, and grocery stores. The health department says they are hoping to prevent an outbreak in March.
A new study suggests that if you spend your lunch break napping, you may learn and perform better in the afternoon. Arian Davison has more.
Midday sleep isn't just for nurseries and nursing homes. A recent study at the University of California, Berkeley, says naps clear the brain and make room for new information. And with the long hours of class and studying, naps can be especially helpful for college students.
They basically just get me energized so that I can do more homework and stay up late eventually for the next day of classes.
Ever wonder why you can't remember something you just read? Closing your eyes and unclogging your brain may do the trick.
Sleep helps consolidate what we learn during the day. So it's one of those things that's necessary for cognition.
And when searching for more than just a physical boost of energy, the longer you nap, the better.
Theory has it that to really consolidate all the information, you have to go through REM stages, where you actually dream, and it's really, really deep sleep. And you can't really enter REM sleep until about an hour has passed.
To decrease stress, improve mood, or increase alertness and productivity for the second half of the day, and coffee isn't doing the job, reach for the pillow instead. Arian Davison, District Wire News.
Coming up next, Happy New Year. It's official. The Year of Tiger has arrived. Find out what Chinese calendar has in store for you.
And some church volunteers roll up their sleeves for a milestone event.